Okay. Hey guys. So, I hope that it's going really well. Hope that you got home safely. We stopped in the middle of Shemoneh Esrai. So, we are going to continue our series on Shemoneh Esrai with the bracha of Yerushalayim, which is the bracha that we last did. With this video, Avi will send a PDF of the translation of the bracha that I did, and then Bezrat Hashem will be able to do also Yerushalayim and also Etzemach David, Nazar Shema Koleinu, and Say and Modim, and both of the Sim Shalom, Shim Shalom, and Shalom Rav, and Elokai Nitzor, I think, and then we will have gone through all of Shemoneh Esrai, and I hope that I'll be able to send all of those. So let's start with the bracha. So again, let's do what we always do every single class, and we'll go through where we are in Shemoneh Esrai right now, and then we will go through the bracha itself. Unfortunately, we don't have a board, but I hope that enough will come across like this too, and it'll be good for me and it'll be good for you. So again, where are we in Shemoneh Esrai? So the first three brachas of Shemoneh Esrai, as we know, are brachas of Shevach. We praise Hashem before we ask him of things of him. And then the middle 13 brachas are brachas of asking. And the last three brachas are brachas of Eitan. I know that you know, but they are brachas of thanking, hoda'ah. So we are in the middle, we are in the 14th bracha of Shemoneh Esrai, which is the 11th bracha in which we ask things of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So let's count through the things that we ask, right? So let's go through what we always ask. We ask for knowledge, because without knowledge we wouldn't even know what to ask. And then we ask to come close to Hashem, tshuva, to return, to come close to him, because all that's good in the world is to come close to him. And then once we're close to him, right, we realize that we are imperfect and we have sins and failures, and we ask for his forgiveness, slach lanu. And then once we are forgiven, we're forgiven. So we ask for the geula with re'eh. Now that's the geula. Now let's go in our day-to-day cycle. That was big picture cycle. Now day-to-day cycle. So day-to-day cycle, first we need health. We need to be healthy to wake up, get out of bed in the morning. Then we need parnasa, right? Barech aleinu. And then after barech aleinu, after we have parnasa, we need, as Yoni taught us, achdut, friendship. We need togetherness. We want all the people to be together and friendship, and that's tekaba shofar, kibbutz galiyot, right? And then after this kibbutz galiyot, we want to be in charge of ourselves. We want to rule ourselves. Shiva shofteinu, bring back the judgment. That Kadosh Baruch Hu, that Hashem should judge us. And then after hashiva shofteinu, if we judge, so some people are going to be not good, and the people that are judged, that they should not be with us. We want to be kicked out. More specifically, we want to kick out the sins within ourselves, the bad parts of ourselves, and get rid of sin and bring back the sinner. Right? After that, if there's bad, but there's also definitely going to be good people. And Allah tzaddikim, we want to be close to that tzaddikim, and all of them that are righteous and truly judged, and that were judged to be tzaddikim. And then after we have all the tzaddikim together, hopefully, right? Now they all have to be in one place. And what is that place? And that place is Yerushalayim, obviously. And hopefully with Hashem there, and that's what this bracha is going to talk about. So I'll read the bracha in English and in Hebrew. Again, the translation, hopefully Avi will send to you. And let's read through it. ולירושלים ירחה ברחמים תשוב ותשכון בתוכה כאשר דיברת ובנה אותך בקרוב בימינו בניין עולם בכיסא דוד מהרה לתוכה תכין ברוך אתה השם בונה ירושלים. As I translated it, and to Yerushalayim, your city, mercifully return, and dwell in her, and you spoke, and rebuild her speedily in our days, to be built forever. And the throne of David quickly prepared to be placed in her. You are blessed, Hashem, builder of Yerushalayim. So let's talk about what happens in this bracha. So now, right away, we say, so we're all together, and all the tzaddikim are together. So we want all the tzaddikim should be in one place, and Hashem should be in that place too. So they all should go to Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim is the place where we want the Shekhinah rests, and we want the Shekhinah to rest and mercifully return. So Hashem was already there, right? He was in Yerushalayim during the first Beis Hamikdash, certainly sort of during the second Beis Hamikdash too. We want him to come back there, please. And so Barachamim Tashuv, mercifully return, because when HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes back to Yerushalayim, if he comes back to Yerushalayim, as Hashem speedily in our days, that he should come back not with din, not with and punish us, but rather come back and mercifully dwell with us, right? And dwell in her. And as you spoke, as the Nevi'im speak a lot about HaKadosh Baruch Hu turning back, right? Coming back to Yerushalayim. So Hashem told us he would come back. So come back, Hashem, and be with us in Yerushalayim. And rebuild her speedily in our days, which is something that pretty incredibly, and we are zoche to see. Right now I'm sitting in Yerushalayim, and I sort of rebuilt Yerushalayim. There is no Beit HaMikdash, but there are Jews and houses, and I'm looking out my window right now, and I'm literally looking at a rebuilt Yerushalayim. So we're seeing these stages happening, but it's not yet full. There's not yet a Beit HaMikdash. The most important part isn't there, and the most important part, right? So after he comes back to dwell in her, and after he builds her to be built forever, Binyan Olam, what do we want him to do? V'chisei David me'era letochat achin, the throne of David, quickly prepared to be placed in her. So Hashem should take Kisei David, the Malchut Yisrael, but not just the Malchut of Yisrael, the Malchut of Yisrael, Malchut Yehuda, but the Malchut that is of David, the Malchut of Tzaddikim. It's not just that we have the Tzaddikim together, and it's not that Hashem should come back to Yerushalayim, but rather he should put a king who is a tzaddik in front of us and in charge of us. And right, he should put a king who is who should be in charge of us. Right, and then when that king who is in charge of us, who is a tzaddik, will sit in the Kisei David, and that's what Hashem will prepare to be placed in Yerushalayim. So all the stages, right, the steps of HaKadosh Baruch Hu coming back to Yerushalayim. So first he comes back to Yerushalayim and rebuilds her to be built forever, and he prepares the throne of David to be placed in her, who will sit on the throne of David. That's the next bracha. They're very connected, the next two brachas. They're also interestingly connected to Re'eh. You guys think about that and send me your thoughts, please, and I'm going to think about that. Why do you think we davened for Geula already in Re'eh before Refa'enu, right? But after, and now at this point again, we talk about coming back to Yerushalayim and Tzemach David, which is very similar to the Geula that we spoke about then. It's an interesting thing that we kind of daven for twice. That's kind of what I was thinking about today when I was thinking about this bracha, and that's very interesting. So with the throne of David to be placed in her, which we'll talk about who should sit on that throne tomorrow, because these two, again, the two brachas that are very connected to Yerushalayim and Et Samach David. And then you are blessed Hashem, builder of Yerushalayim. Again, Hashem is the one who built up Yerushalayim, and allows us to build Yerushalayim. But when he allows us to build Yerushalayim, really it's him who built it. So really quickly, again, let's go through the three steps of this bracha after we got here, all the tzaddikim together in Yerushalayim. We want first HaKadosh Baruch Hu to come back, right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu to come back, and to dwell in Yerushalayim, and to rebuild, then to rebuild Yerushalayim. Once he comes back, to rebuild Yerushalayim, and once it's rebuilt, to place the throne of David in it. And maybe, I don't know, people like to talk about how they know when the Geula is coming, and I certainly don't know when the Geula is coming. But Yerushalayim has been rebuilt partly, that's for sure. And there's so much Torah in Yerushalayim. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Shekhinah that connects to the Torah. So a lot of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's presence, in my opinion, humble opinion, can be felt in Yerushalayim, and it has been rebuilt a lot. So we're kind of just waiting for this last step, this third step, this Malchut, this David, to come, that he should come to Mehera V'Yameinu, and we will continue on with Et Semach David Be'ezrat Hashem, I will send a video tomorrow. Have a great day.